Hello, everybody. It's Joey, Value TCG. Today, we are going to be doing another opening for Union Arena. So, I had a lot of fun opening the first couple of boxes, and check out those videos. I talk about my love for anime, really just totally nerding out, but I really enjoyed opening those boxes that I typically don't do those. I don't do kind of back-to-back openings for the same product. Just because when I buy these boxes, I tend to like to hold them for a while to see if there's any appreciation in value. But frankly, I just kind of want to open a couple more. These things are awesome. So I'm going to do that today. If you guys could like, comment, subscribe the video, do appreciate everyone's support. All right, so let's just kind of get into this. I'm going to be starting with, let's start with Bleach. I like Hunter x Hunter more as an IP. So I'm going to do the IP that I like more last. I open this. I'm just gonna. They have the seal on this one really tight versus some of the other things that Bandai prints, like One Piece, for example. So all right, let's open this baby up. So whenever you guys see this video, it'll probably be a couple of days in the future for me. I am traveling again this upcoming week. So if you guys have been watching the channel for a little while now, I travel so much for work. It's good and bad at the same time. I really like traveling for fun, but for work, sometimes it's not as great to be away from the family, my dog, all that. But, you do get to go to a lot of interesting places. I think I'll be in Asia soon for work as well. All right, we got Yamato and SR Zenpachi. Cool. So the lore behind Zenpachi, if you do not know, he is super broken as a character. Just dominates everybody. And it's kind of weird. Like, they do talk about this a little bit. They try to write this off a little bit, but, Ichigo, the main character, who's kind of like just up and coming as a Shinigami, or I guess a Soul Reaper. He somehow defeats. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think I missed the rare in there. He defeats Zenpachi just out of the blue. Which is kind of funny because you're like, oh, this guy, he's so broken, and like he's kind of hyped up, and then he's just like, oh, well, he dies to, or he doesn't die, but he loses spectacularly to the main character, who's not very powerful, at least as at that point. Wait a minute, where's my other rare? What in the world? That's strange. I thought you would get two rares. Okay, maybe not. So you get either an SR or the action point? Is that what it is? No, that's strange. In my last opening video, I feel like I got two rares. Let me just double check here. All right. I'm gonna go a little bit faster this one. And just kind of sporadically talk about the cards. Yeah, so you do get two rares. That's so weird that. So if you get an action point, you don't get the rare. It's quite strange. AP3. This guy's pretty cool though. Yeah, so going back to traveling for work. I don't know if you guys do it a lot. The hotels are fine, right? Like, you get to stay in a nicer hotel. Yeah, but man, sometimes you just, I'm getting older in age. I'm like a billion years old at this point. So sometimes you just don't sleep that well. But no complaints. Honestly, traveling for work is pretty fun sometimes. Like, I went to Vegas earlier this year. So it was like meetings 8 a.m. to it was like 8 a.m. to like 9 p.m. because I always would have like a dinner meeting as well. And then I would just hit the casino from 9 to midnight-ish, win or lose, and then solo. Usually, I go with a bunch of friends, but this was solo. And then I would just like stumble back to my hotel because I would be drinking at that point too. And then get up and do it all over again. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Um, anyways, all right. So tell me, guys, if you guys have been opening up this product, let me know. I think product availability for this game is very limited right now. So they had it's rumored, kind of somewhat rumored, somewhat just known at this point that this set, or the first two sets of Union Reno, is meaningfully underprinted. So Bandai typically does this, right? They'll underprint the first run, and then when people get really, really excited about the game, they'll print a lot more. And that's what happened with One Piece. That's what happened with Dragon Ball. Although I think with Dragon Ball, they overdid the reprinting and misestimated the level of demand. And they went way overboard. But with One Piece, they didn't really ramp up printing capacity until like 12 to 24 months later, since the release of the set. Like, we're seeing the increased capacity impact right now. But OPO1, right, like still it was massively underprinted. And still, I think still is, right? I think the booster box, the white bottom, so the non-reprint, I think it's going for like $250. I need to double check. It's been a while, but still really, really expensive. All right, another SR. Okay, this is interesting. We still haven't hit an alternate art. So there's 1 to 2 alts every single booster box. So we want to see that alternate art soon, because we definitely want to get 2 hits, obviously. And we haven't really been able to do that. We opened up the other Bleach box, and that also just had one hit. Makes me think, hopefully this is not the case. All right, another SR. Makes me think that, how these were kind of pulled out of the box. Some of there could be some seating issues going on. There hasn't been enough openings to verify that, but I wonder if there's like kind of seating issues, because the 2 boxes I'm opening right now, they were kind of right next to one another when I opened my box. So the LGS that delivered them to me, you'd think that they probably, is this a SR? No, it's just a rare. They just had those like together, and then they opened them up. They opened those up and then pulled them out, and it was probably next to one another as well. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's see. So 5 SRs already implies that if I get one more SR, this is a 1 alt hit box. That's what I found, at least from the last one that I've opened. Okay, yeah, so 6 SR. So probably, yeah, this is going to be a 1 alt box. Kind of disappointing already, but maybe you can get a really good alternate art. We'll see. All right. Okay, it's going to be, I guess the alt's going to be in one of the last 2 boxes. Or last 2 packs, I mean to say. Let's put this on the side. So let's talk about how we think this set is going to do long term. All right, another action point. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so yeah, so if you get an action point, you do not get a second rare. So I have this action point, and that's why I was just so confused. All right, so it looks like the alternate art is going to be in the very, very last pack here. That's interesting. Okay. Hopefully we don't have a, error box where there aren't no alternate arts in here. Okay. So we're going to take this a little bit slowly. And then I will talk about how I think the Union Arena set is going to do. All right. Okay, so we do have the alt. It's General Yamato. Let's go. Not bad at all. All right, let's sleeve this puppy. And then we'll go into the OP, or not OP, what am I talking about? We're going to the Union Arena Hunter set. Let's go. Oh, and then I guess I'll do I'll do this one too. Cool. Bembetta. Just add that to that list. Okay, or in that pile. So how do I think Union Arena is going to do? And guys, my sense is we won't really know the success of this until set 4 comes out. Because what we saw in Japan is that 01 and 02, when these two were released, like, you could almost write this game off as a complete dud. People weren't playing it. There was not very much sell-through, and people just were not very excited about it. But then once you started getting into some of the other sets like Code Geass, Lelouch the Rebellion, which is also a huge fan favorite over in Japan, and obviously Jujutsu Kaisen, we had a decent amount of adoption over time in Japan. And this game started becoming really popular. Could that happen here in the US or in the West? It's possible. I'm not convinced yet, but there is a chance. There is a chance that is going to happen here as well. And, I think it's going to take a lot of support from Bandai to kind of promote locals play. And I think that's going to be one of the biggest differentiators. What happened with Dragon Ball is they just did not support the game. They had the digital format, and it didn't really do very well, first of all. And a lot of people complaining about the digital format. And then they had these printing issues and meta switch issues. So with this set, this is really far ahead in... this set is like multiple sets released in Japan already, like 6 or 7. So they already know how the meta is going to... We already know that meta is going to shift in a relatively positive way. And that means, that's going to be one risk away from I guess, buying this set right now. So we will see. I think if they do more, let's say, Hunter x Hunter set, I think this will, slowly and over time become more popular. Because I think if they just keep with really popular IPs, then it will be interesting. Because people really like opening cards that resonate with them. And seeing different cards, right? Now, of course, you can't really mix these cards, right? So you can't say, oh, well, I want to play half. Oh, nice SR. Cool. Let's say half of my deck is going to be Hunter x and half of it's going to be Jujutsu Kaisen. That you can't do that. So that does limit the game in a meaningful way, right? It also limits the value of your booster boxes that you buy from earlier sets. So like Hunter x Hunter, if they don't release another follow-up set of Hunter x Hunter, and we know they haven't done it yet, many months later versus the Japan release, then that just means that you're stuck with this one meta play, and it doesn't really evolve, right? You don't have cards that kind of introduce the meta, introduce different parts of the meta. So I think that's going to be a relative net negative for the game, for these booster boxes. And it just kind of makes me think that holding a few boxes of Hunter x Hunter probably not going to be a big deal. It's not going to go up in price like OP01 does. So, we'll see. Happy to be wrong here. But that's just my sense. That's just my analysis. I know it's not very positive. Usually people like to hear like, oh my gosh, like this is gonna go to the moon. Oh wow, okay, I have another wait, is this the second one? No, I have the other Killua alternate art. Okay, that's awesome. Cool. I'll take it. Yeah, I know people like to hear like super positive comments all the time. It's something about just American culture, though. That's what we do. We really like positivity here. And, I wish I could be that positive. But, I don't know. My sense is this is not going to be a huge thing. I hope it is. Because I really love Hunter x Hunter and some of the animes that they have. That was a nice looking action point. But that's just my takeaway. Anyways, hope everyone's having a good weekend, a good start of your week or whenever you're watching this. All right, let's see. Let's keep going with this set. Is this? Oh wow, this looks like a alternate art. What a nice looking card. Look at that, guys. This looks like an alternate art, but it's not. Huh. Interesting. Finally got a nice Hisoka card. I don't think it's worth all that much, if I remember correctly. We're talking about a pure value basis, but I think it's finally get a Hisoka card. I love Hisoka as a character in the anime. He's just so sly and OP, and he's like very, very overpowered, right? Like he's but his like personality is just very unique, very attractive. I think to people who like that type of like, let's figure out what this person is like, whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. You kind of want him to be a good guy, but you don't really know whether he's gonna be a good guy or not. The whole kind of gimmick with him in Hunter x Hunter. Not ruining like too much here, is that he really wants to kill these two guys, Killua and Gon. He just wants to kill them because he's like a big, I guess, fighter. He just wants to like challenge himself, right? He wants to fight the most overpowered people possible. So that sometimes means that he's gonna have to fight Gon and Killua, or he sees them as like really, really incredibly talented kids that could be very powerful characters in the future. So he wants to, I guess, like teach them how to be a stronger character, and then eventually fight them to challenge himself. So I kind of go figure. Interesting mentalities, but I kind of like that part of that story for what it's worth. All right, another SR. Okay, we have 4 more packs. So let's just say there's a chance that we get another alternate art here. You're telling me there's a chance? And yes, I think there's hopefully a good chance here. Now, if we get 2 SRs back to back, that means no, that's not going to happen. But all right, Kurapika. All right, we have 2 more packs. So these are either 2 SRs or an SR and an Ultra Art. So obviously, very much hoping for the latter. But no. Hanzo. This guy was like very like prominent in the earlier parts of the anime and then just entirely disappeared. But that's what I really like about Bisky. No, sorry. That's what I really like about Hunter x Hunter. There's just the amount of characters in there are just incredible. Like every arc has a ton of new characters. How they interact with one another is different. That's what I love about Hunter x Hunter. It's just so diverse, right? And yeah, and the story is so well written. Okay, Corolo SR. Okay, not an alternate art, which is unfortunate, but this SR is like $10 right now on TCG Player. So not a bad thing, not a bad pull. Not as good, I would say, as my earlier 2 boxes that I've opened. But you know, I picked up these boxes for like 40 some odd dollars, like $48 each. I think I made back almost nearly my money, right? Like I think this is pretty good, pretty acceptable of a return. This card itself is $3, so you just kind of think about from a percentage basis, that's relatively high. Neon, yeah. So this is a $3 rare. I don't think I pulled another one, but anyways. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys next time.